Hello, my name is Tina Bellamy, and we are here at the Great Table having table talk on the review of School Daze. I have my guest with me today, my wonderful husband to my right, Mr. Daniel Bellamy. Say hi, honey.
Hello.
And I have my oldest daughter, Danielle, to my left.
Hi.
Okay, so we took the opportunity last week or 2 weeks ago to watch School Daze, the Spike Lee joint. And I'm going to ask Danielle and Daniel what their thoughts and reviews of it. Then I will give my opinion. So Danielle, since you're the youngest and that was your first time seeing a Spike Lee movie joint for School Daze.
School Daze, yes.
Okay. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was interesting.
In what way?
Can I get my thought out? One, because thinking how old the film is, of course I wasn't born when it came out, but considering everything that was displayed in the film, I thought it was very timely with things that are going on today. It just shows how much progress we have not made as a Black community.
And what aspects of the movie?
So, from what I gathered and interpreted, it highlighted the dark skin versus light skin debate, which is commonly had within the Black community. That HBCU experience, which all Black people don't get to experience, but it kind of highlighted what it's like to go to an HBCU.
Okay, speaking of going and not going to an HBCU, Danielle unfortunately went to a PWI. She attended ECU. We're not going to hold that against her, although we try to convince her to be an Aggie.
Besides the point.
What are your thoughts and views as far as going to a HBCU versus to a PWI, based off of what you saw in the movie?
Based off what I saw in the movie, I think it's beneficial for all Black people to go to a HBCU, not only for the Greek life and the academic aspect of it, but just to be around people that look like you and that endure the same struggles as you possibly may endure, most likely will endure as a Black individual. It's very important to personality building and getting people ready for the real world, in my opinion.
Okay, I can agree with that. Now, sweetie, what are your, I know you may have seen the movie when it initially came out, but what are your views on it?
Well, I think it was a really good movie.
Okay.
I think from when I saw it when I was younger, I didn't have the same perspective as I have now. When I was younger, it was just the imagery of HBCU life, college life, and that was pretty much it. Now, with having some different life experiences, I would say that it's more of it really shows and identifies the whole perpetuation of slavery and kind of where we come from.
Slavery. Yes. Why do you say slavery?
Well, when you think about the Willie Lynch method of being able to manage slaves, keeping them mentally weak but physically strong, and kind of turning them against themselves. Kind of saw that with the light skin versus the dark skin contrasts and battles internally that they had. So it was really a battle within. It's kind of what I got from it.
A battle within the Black race.
Yes.
Okay, then. Do you see that? I know the movie was back in the 80s, but do you see that same issue today in America?
Unfortunately, I do see it. It's really difficult that I've seen for us to really come together as one. We do a lot of projects and a lot of initiatives separately that are somewhat impactful regional wise, but nationally or as a whole, as far as our race, I don't really see that we do a really good job of coming together.
Okay. What were your thoughts on the actual quality of the movie?
I thought it was cool, considering it was old. Like, it wasn't too far-based to what's being produced now. I don't feel like, but I didn't think it was horrible.
Okay. I also agree with some of the things that Daniel and Danielle said in regards to the social aspects of the movie. It definitely brought to light some of the same issues that we're dealing with today. Unfortunately, it still hasn't been rectified, and we still are dealing with that same structure or struggle that we had to deal with then when Mr. Spike Lee brought it to light. As far as the quality of the movie, yeah, for that time, it was great. Can't complain. But for now, yeah, I can definitely tell if it was done today, it definitely needed a new way of how it would have been produced with the quality. I personally appreciated the fact not only just with the light skin and dark skin, but also with the dynamics of the Greek life when Gina's character, and I know her name was not Gina on this movie. Tisha Campbell. That's her real name. I appreciate the fact that he had a lot of great stars in the movie. I did not like how Tisha Campbell character was played, in the fact that she would do anything for her man. Now don't get me wrong, I love my husband to death. Well, I love my husband. And I would do whatever I can for him. But certain things I can't do, and I will not do just as a woman.
That's an interesting perspective. Because when I saw her, I thought she was doing anything for status and for her organization. Yeah, just her man represented, I felt like, status. It wasn't necessarily him. It could have been anybody that she was dating. You know what I'm saying?
I do, but I thought that she was, like, towards the end, he was like, well, do you love me? Would you do anything
and then he said,
for me?
how much do you love Gamma, whatever the name of the frat was.
Yeah, but then after she did it,
she was like,
yeah, he said, I did it for you.
I thought
what
she also
are
said,
you
I
doing?
did it for Gamma too.
And then his manipulative ways, I did not like that about that movie. But I noticed, yeah, that's how guys are. Do you have a perspective on that, honey?
Well, I mean, I think both you guys hit the nail on the head. You talked about the status quo and women wanting to hit that status quo or do things for optics, certain optics, and wanted to make sure, you know, almost like groupies today for athletes or stars or movie producers. So, I mean, so that thing still goes on now. But as far as, you know, love for the significant other piece, you know, definitely don't agree with manipulating that relationship for, and I don't even see what the why, what the why was for him to even for him to even do that.
His ultimate goal, he wanted to use it to break up with her.
Right. Because he told the guy before, like, I don't really want her, or whoever wanted her have her. And this was his way of doing it rather than just being honest, which is another problem with the look back.
Yeah, I think,
Definitely.
I
he
think,
should have just been honest with her.
From a black male perspective, I think there was an over dramatization of breaking up with your significant other.
I know that the Lord broke the mold when he made you.
I don't know.
However,
Hey, I got friends and family members. I don't know of any guy that would go to that length to break up with their girlfriend by doing something like that. Yeah, I
maybe not that far, but close to that far. Rather than being honest.
I don't know. I don't know.
So you mean all your circle, all your homeboys, your boys, your bros, they tell the truth and they just say for like, hey, I don't want you no more.
I don't know about all of that.
No. And I don't even know.
I don't know about all of that, but I do know as far as that particular act in the movie of, you know, sharing your significant other with one of the fellas.
Frats do that. I do know that.
Well, it's somebody that's not a significant other. Like that means that. I mean that he didn't mean that. She didn't mean that much to him anyway.
Right.
You know, from the start, that wasn't. He wasn't in love with her anyway.
Yeah.
You know, if that was the case. So to use that particular act and to say we're breaking up, you know, I think that's a stretch.
Well, I thank you guys for.
I do want to make this other one point though. I don't think we touched on that. We talked about the light skin, dark skin. We talked about the fraternities and sororities. But I really like the illustration, and I didn't catch this the first time I watched it. The illustration of the educated black male versus the guys that so-called are on the street and that interaction.
Oh yeah, that was good, but I don't have that much time. But elaborate on that a little.
Well, I just thought that was interesting for him to put that in the picture and have a perspective on that. And I think after the encounter in the ride back, that the college kids really thought about, well, is that really us? Is that how we really act or behave towards the locals?
And the fact that the locals were thinking that they're not able to get jobs. It would be interesting to see if that is true. Like, just because I didn't go to college, I can't get a decent job in this town. And I think it was a small town. Then they was taking it, taking the jobs from.
Think about Greensboro, A&T, Bennett, Greensboro College. All those colleges, all those students are more likely to get a job versus somebody who's 26, just a high school education, versus somebody who's a sophomore in college. They're more likely, oh, you go to A&T? I was at Aggie. But
yes.
I feel like that definitely happens.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. It's and then back to so-called slavery, because I think that we still have that footprint that we're operating in, that system, and that's the field Negro field Negro versus house Negro.
Yeah. And I think that's our time. Thank you guys so much for helping me with this project. I really appreciate it. Daniel and Danielle. Again, this was Tina with Table Talk. Great table. We'll see you the next time.